Welcome back once again, amazing people. Today I'm continuing the topic I treated the other time, how to raise godly kids. And today I'm going to speak on how to instill discipline in your kids, how to discipline your children the right way. So like I said in the last video, in order to raise godly children, you have to be able to discipline them. And there are ways to discipline children. Discipline is not just about beating them or about using a rod or using a belt or using a cane. There are different ways to discipline children, and that is what I want to delve into today. So please sit back, relax. Let's quickly go into that area. When you read the book of Proverbs chapter 22 verse 15, you realize that in every child's heart there is foolishness. Every child is bound to be foolish. But when you correct them, discipline them, they can be able to be corrected. They can be able to come back and not give much into foolishness. Corrective communication and punishment are ways that you can help your kids to drive away foolishness from their heart, so that foolishness will not abound in their heart. You should be able to call your kids to order when they misbehave, act in a certain way, when they are being rude and stubborn. You should be able to correct them through communication. You should be able to call them, talk to them, tell them that what they are doing is not good. Talk to them in a very nice way. When this thing works, when corrective communication works, is if you started it very early in life. When you start it at a very tender age, it works really well. If you're the type that didn't start corrective communication in time, it will be very difficult. It will be very, very difficult. That is why to discipline your kids, you have to start at a very tender age. You have to start when they are able to talk, when they are able to speak a word or two. You should be able to correct them with your words. You should be able to tell them, this thing you're doing is not good. Stop it. Don't do it this way. Don't do it that way. If you fail to do this, it's going to be very, very difficult. And when corrective communication fails, you have to apply the rod. You have to apply the rod. In Proverbs 23 verse 14, Bible says that you shall beat him with a rod and you will be saving his soul. So when corrective communication fails in the life of any of your children, please apply the rod. I don't mean that you should take something and kill your child. Get a cane. You can slightly beat them when they go wrong, when they do something that you know is not pleasurable, when they are trying to be very stubborn, when they are trying to go against your wishes, when they are becoming too out of control. Please apply the rod. They will not die. You'll be saving their soul from hell. When you fail to correct them, you'll be raising kids that will put you in trouble tomorrow. When you fail to correct them, fail to put in corrective communication and applying the rod, you are not doing your kids any good. So please, go ahead and discipline them. Go ahead and discipline them. Discipline them in a very loving manner. When you finish disciplining them, draw them back to yourself, give them a hug and tell them, sweetie, this is why I'm doing this. I'm doing it because of the love I have for you. I don't want you to become a problem to me and the community that we live in tomorrow. So I punish you, I discipline you because I want you to be the best for me. Do it in a loving manner and it will work out. If you haven't started disciplining your kids, please start it very early. It helps. When you start it very early, your kids learn a lot. Do not delay disciplining your kids. Please discipline them and you will save yourself and save them from hell. Thank you very much. How do you administer punitive discipline? I want to go into that area. How to administer punitive discipline. Number one, discipline should not be done in anger. Discipline should not be done in anger. We all fail woefully at this, including me. Parents fail woefully at disciplining with love. Most of the times, our kids can do certain things that can provoke us to anger. Children, foolishness is bound in their hearts, and every minute, every second, they keep displaying things that makes you as a parent to pick up a cane and flog the hell out of them and give them a beating of their life. But we are supposed to do it lovingly, but we fail to do it. We do it in anger. We get so angry that we discipline them, and sometimes we even regret it. But we are supposed to do it with love. When you're angry, please don't discipline your child. Calm down first. calm down first before you call them and discipline them. When you calm down, you realize that the discipline becomes more loving. You realize that you even communicate with them better. When you do it in anger, you can spoil a lot of things. You can make your kids hate you. So please do it in a loving manner. Even if you're angry at the moment, please dismiss the discipline and wait for when you're in a good mood to discipline them. It works better that way. Another thing is that discipline should be consistent. I've seen many parents that have found themselves in the habit of telling their kids, if you do this, I'm going to beat you. Junior, stop that. Junior, don't do this. Jane, stop that. Honey, stop doing this. When you do this, I will beat you. I'm going to beat you. The next day, I will beat you. The second day, I will beat you. 1 week, I'm going to beat you. 1 month, 1 year, even till they are up to 12 years, you keep telling them, stop it. I will beat you. Do this, I will beat you. And you never end up beating them. You never end up correcting them. You never end up disciplining them. Let me tell you, you end up causing problem in the family. If you're the type of parents that always tells your kids, I will beat you, I will discipline you, what you're doing, I don't like it, stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it, and you never do anything, let me tell you, it will encourage manipulation from the side of the kids. It will encourage your child to be very manipulative. Your child is going to find themselves manipulating you every time. Because whenever they do something bad, you just tell them, I will beat you, and you let it go. You're going to find that child being manipulative, and in the long run, they are going to become spoiled brats. They are going to be so spoiled because they know that mom will not beat me, dad will not punish me, dad will not discipline me, they will not do anything to me. Please, it's high time as parents you start disciplining your kids. When they do something that is not right, discipline them. Communicate with them, call them to order. If you continue skipping discipline, you're going to end up raising kids that are going to be a problem to you. They are going to be a problem not only to you, but to the community. Wherever they find themselves, they are going to be a problem. So please, to discipline them, it starts with you. Most parents have found themselves leaving discipline to the schools, leaving discipline to the family members. Look, you're the mom, you're the dad, and discipline should start from you. Don't think that it should be the duty of the authorities in the school or teachers in the school to discipline your children. When you don't discipline them, what do you want the school to do for you? Even some parents, when their kids are disciplined in the school, they find themselves going to the school to even warn the school authorities. So please, discipline starts. If you want to raise godly children, you have to discipline them. And you have to do it in love. You don't have to do it in anger. You have to communicate with them. You have to correct them. You have to tell them what they are doing that is not right. Let me tell you, Bible says that foolishness is bound in the heart of a child. It is you that is supposed to correct them with the rod of correction so that they will not become a problem to you and to society. Sometimes in marriage, we find ourselves that it's only one of the couples that is correcting the children, disciplining the children, and the other one is pampering and spoiling them. And when you have such a manipulative child at home that always manipulates your husband or maybe your wife, especially if they are the ones that don't discipline them, that child or those children of yours will start manipulating that partner of yours or that parent to their own favor, and it causes problem in marriage. It causes problem in marriage. So discipline is not a one-way thing, it's a two-way thing. Both parents are supposed to join hands together in disciplining their children so that they can be able to raise godly children. Please, it's our duty and God expects it from us to raise our kids in a godly way. So please, discipline is very essential. It's very, very essential. Do not play with it. Don't play with it. It's very, very essential. If you haven't started disciplining your kids, please, it's high time you started. You can do it by corrective communication. You can do it with a rod. You can do it in a loving manner. You can correct them. You can call them. You can, however you're going to do it that works for you. Please, discipline is important to raise godly children. Thank you very much for staying with me till this time. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon to stay notified every time I upload a new video. And if you've been watching my channel without subscribing, please do subscribe. There is amazing content here on this channel. Thank you very much. Love you, love you, love you so much. Till we meet again, it's bye from Miriam's Daily Wisdom Nugget.